Late in the first quarter, before we get our first score of the game, it was set up through the air of all things. Jack Herring to Damari Porter, a 28-yard gain inside the one, and on the next play, Will Fredrickson finishes it off. Blaine has a 7-0 lead, and that defense continued to be fantastic. Totino with the trickery, halfback pass, but it's picked off by Jason Paul, his second pick of the game late in the first half. Totino would cut the lead to 7-3 late in the third quarter, but Blaine responds with a nice pass again. Jack Herring to Peyton Downing, 51 yards and fighting for more all the way down to the 7. 4 plays later on 4th and goal, it's Fredrickson with his second score of the game. Blaine takes a 14-3 lead. They add 3 more in the 4th and win it 17-3.
Totino-Grace is a really good football team. I can't believe that's an 8 seed. They're well coached. The kids play really hard, but they have defended us to make us throw the ball. Kind of, I think they challenged us a little bit, knowing it's going to be rainy and watery, and said, all right, you're going to have to throw us to beat it. And we had a hard time throwing in the rain, but we were able to complete a couple big ones, and that made a difference.
Aiden Bauman, first play of the game to Trayton Welch. 46-yard gain, and the Bison are on the move. Bauman to Welch again, 7-yard TD strike, and it's 7-0 Bison. Back comes Prior Lake. Colin O'Connor to Parker Ellis.
4-5 matchup had Buffalo at Prior Lake. Buffalo, a ton of offensive firepower. Aiden Bauman can sling it with the best of them. This touchdown pass goes 67 yards to Trayton Welch. Buffalo was up 14-7, but Prior Lake kept up, then took over. Colin Connor hits Parker Ellis from 19 yards out. Prior Lake wins it 52-42. All the other classes play section semifinals tomorrow.
At 21 halftime, Spencer Shaver, 54-yard run down to the 1 would lead to a score to put Prior Lake ahead. But Bauman would answer.
And a pair of rushing TDs tonight. That's a memorable night. Bauman did his best, though, with 6 TD passes.
Wow.
In the rain tonight. A great effort.
But this was the play that broke the game open. Spencer Shaver on the screen pass, 73 yards to the 1-yard line, led to a touchdown, and Prior Lake wins tonight over Buffalo 52-42, 5 and a 4 seed. Mounds View taking on Burnsville, fumble. Rowan Morgan recovers, and it sets up the Mounds View touchdown by Trevor Redmond. The 4 seed Mounds View wins a close one. 17-10 was the final.
Burnsville taking on Mounds View in the South Metro versus North Metro matchup. The Blaze used the big play to take a shot. Sam Bardwell to Marcus Shepley, 72 yards and 6 points. That's a boost to the Blaze offense. We got a game, but Mounds View, the next big play. Cole Sandstrom to Joey O'Brien down the middle. That's the difference. Mounds View moves on in a close one, 17-10.
The unenviable task of going to Lakeville North. The unbeaten Panthers were waiting and ready. Brian Curtis taking this one. He does not need to look back. That is all the way to the end zone. Here they come. You know, once in a while, I have one of those dream nights, Maxie, and this is it. That's how it happens. Rajon Nelson, the interception.
Yep.
Nelson, the pick 6. That's a great highlight. But it gets better because he got to do this. He scored from the other side on offense, running it in. Oh, Mr. Nelson, you'll remember that for a long time. Lakeville North marches to a 45-8 win over Hopkins. Champlin Park, the Rebels like it when they can ground it out, and they can, and they could tonight. Terrence Kamara finishes this drive into the end zone. Champlin Park starts to roll. Bennett Otto in the drop back, hitting Cato Selle. And the big guy got it, and he keeps chugging and keeps chugging. And look at those big, strong lanes all the way to the end zone. And they did this all night long. Champlin Park wins big, 27-0.
Quincy Suggs, 42 yards on this touchdown run in the rain. And Eastview winning. They've had a nice season, 21-12 final. The only touchdown in the Rosemount game tonight, here it is. Rosemount against Stillwater. Trevor Amborst to Caden Rudall. 7-0 was the final. The Irish win to advance tonight at Minnetonka. How about this? Ben Tolkinen, 50-yard TD run to put Tonka up 7-0 in their game against Anoka. And then the defense goes to work. Hunter Whaling A 20-yard interception return for touchdown. Minnetonka 37-9 winners tonight.
Skippers rolled, but that was before our cameras got there. When we arrived, Anoka was putting together their final highlights of the season. Corey Lundenberg, a 40-yard punt return through the fog. That sets up a Nolan Brunn touchdown. It was too little too late, but what the heck, still fun to score. A memory, if nothing less. Minnetonka wins at 37-9.
In that Hornets game, Jack Robinson takes it in from 18 yards out. Tough run into the end zone. And then a little bit later, a kickoff return by Farmington. Maybe the one thing they will hold their hat on in this game. Nice return by Hunter Jones right up the middle for the long touchdown. But Edina would win to advance tonight, 43-26 over Farmington. Roseville and St. Michael-Albertville, that's Deshaun Phillips. Easy 1-yard TD run. He's their top running back and a really good player. Brendan McMillan, a touchdown for Roseville from 10 yards out. This was a good game, but the final was St. Michael winning 26-14. At the University of St. Thomas, nice plays. The defense shows up tonight for the Cougars. Big sack there of Danny Callahan. A little bit later, big play here. George Brecky on the receiving end. It's a 52-yard gain. It set up a field goal for Lakeville South, and they win tonight. We checked the final. Wow, 38-20. So the 6th seed upsets the 3 seed.
Including Maple Grove. Cooper Wegscheid on the jet sweep carries here. He gets in for the short touchdown run, and it's 7-0 Maple Grove in the first quarter against White Bear Lake. And later in the first quarter, Evan Hull in for a 3-yard touchdown. His 17th TD of the season. Maple Grove leads 14-0 after 1. Second quarter, Hull gets the call again. This rush covers 17 yards on his way to a 302-yard rushing night to put Maple Grove ahead 21-0. They go on to win it 28-0. They'll play at top-ranked Lakeville North on Friday. First offensive series of the game for Wayzata. Alec Underhill takes the handoff, and the senior goes 37 yards all the way down to the 4-yard line, setting up the Trojans' first touchdown and making it 7-0. Later in the first quarter, Trojans in the red zone again. They give to Malachi Jackson. He scores on a 9-yard touchdown to put the Trojans up 14-0. The Cougars had a lot of trouble with turnovers in this game. They fumble here inside their 10-yard line, recovered by Trevor Palish of Wayzata, and that sets up another Trojans touchdown. Bennett Fragamenti scores on the second of his 4 TD runs to give Wayzata a 21-0 lead after 1. They go on to shut out Centennial 45-0 and play at Woodbury on Friday.